Well, in the deep dive tonight, early voting is just over 2 weeks away in Washington, D.C. 7 Democrats are in the running to fill the seat that Mayor Muriel Bowser has long held. And with her not running for re-election, that means one of them will be the district's newest mayor in more than a decade.
Our Rebecca Turco joins us live in studio. So, Rebecca, things are ramping up. There have been 2 mayoral forums, plus a debate all just this week alone.
Yeah, it's certainly been a busy week, and it's only going to get more busy from here. So tonight we're going to focus on the budget and how these candidates plan to balance their campaign promises when they inherit that budget that's less than what the district has to work with now. Mayor Muriel Bowser slashed $1.1 billion in her budget she gave the council to plug a hole thanks to new or rising costs coupled with fewer resources like slower revenue growth.
And I don't expect them to leave me with anything really to work with, to be quite honest with you. So I'm going to have to scrape the bottom of the barrel.
Most of the candidates have promised to take a hard look at the budget to identify any excesses that could be cut.
I'm going to have a revenue alignment commission. I'm going to know. I'm going to know those dollars, and I'm going to know if it's not being spent for the intended purpose.
First thing that I'm going to do as mayor is I am going to look at the budget and go line item by line item and see what programs are working for DC residents and which ones are not.
Gary Goodweather wants a new program, free metro and buses for residents to the tune of $380 million a year. He says he'd pay for that partly by monetizing 5G infrastructure. Janice Lewis-George wants to expand the child care subsidy program so everyone is eligible. And she says she'll leverage federal funds on top of looking for savings so programs like the Pay Equity Fund for daycare educators don't have to be cut.
If we don't preserve our social safety net, if you take away school-based mental health like we have in this budget, and you take away health care from hundreds of families, you create issues subsequently, right? You create public safety issues that you then later complain about.
Rini Sampath is proposing no new social safety net programs, but she says that's not because she doesn't believe in them.
If we run DC government effectively, if we don't propose any programs until we actually clean up our city and make it work better, we're not going to have to deal with a crisis like this one.
So Kenyon McDuffie and Hope Solomon were not at Wednesday's forum, but they have both advocated for smarter spending.
So where does the council stand right now when it comes to a budget?
Yeah, well, a busy time. Council members have been working on it. They've been holding hearings for over a month. So they're going to have 2 votes that they go through. The second vote is going to be later in June. Then from there, the budget goes to the mayor. And then from there, it's that 30-day congressional review period over at Congress.
Yeah, which can be a fragile process. You never know if it's going to go smoothly or not. All right. Rebecca Turco on top of it. Thank you. And of course, we know you'll let us know whenever there's a development happening over there at the Wilson building.
Starting today, D.C. voters can drop off mail-in ballots at drop boxes. The boxes will be open through primary day on June 16th. Early in-person voting runs from June 8th to the 14th. This is the first D.C. election with ranked choice voting. You can find a voter guide on WJLA.com. Just click on the elections link